Hello everyone, welcome back to Xiaomi Live. You're watching Redmi Rush Hour, your daily podcast that happens every single day only on me.com at 12 noon. We also have another property called Mega Lit Hour that happens every single day at 9 p.m. and both these properties allow you to get additional discounts that go over and beyond your exclusive Diwali with me offers, giving you crazy, never before seen prices. So all these offers and coupon codes is something that we'll give you at the end of this live streaming session. So be sure to wait until that moment to get all these great offers. Now, today's guest is someone who I am a really close friend with, someone who I actually look up to, and someone who I believe knows their products inside and out, and also someone with a special affinity and an edge when it comes to being an audiophile and has a special interest in audio products, which is one of the categories that we have shortlisted for you today. And he's none other than the General Manager of Marketing for Xiaomi India, Mr. Sumit. Yes, Sumit, welcome to Redmi Rush Hour.
Pleasure being here.
Yes. So I think I've been waiting for this episode for a while now because I really like your method of presenting stuff, the candidness that you bring, and the sort of, how do I say this? The sort of appeal that you have, especially within our Xiaomi fans and community, right? I really appreciate that. So I'm sure that everyone is looking forward to this episode. So every day I was like, okay, is Sumit shooting today or tomorrow? And I was looking at the calendar, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for this. So glad that you're finally here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. So what we're doing today, like I mentioned, 3 products that we have. Amazing products, first of all, great pricing, but we're going to give coupon codes that go beyond that, right? So before we get into the products, okay, I want to ask you, how do you actually get into the entire audio ecosystem? Or how did you end up being an audiophile? How did that interest start for you?
I think my journey, if you are interested and if everybody is, my journey started with JBL. And that's where I almost started my career. And the love for music, the love for audio products actually started increasing from there.
Right.
By the time I reached Xiaomi, I met Rohit Ghalsasi, right? And
Yes.
I think a lot of me fans will know Rohit. Rohit was leading the audio front for Xiaomi India, and we started working together. We started defining products for India together. Dual drivers, if you remember, one of our best-selling earphones. That is something which Rohit and I worked upon together. So that culture of working together, working for the fans, working with the fans, that brought in, I think, more energy in the audio ecosystem for Xiaomi India, quite honestly.
That's crazy because JBL and Harman also, which is like part of JBL, and now we have phones with Harman Kardon tuned speakers and stuff. So it's funny how, maybe even you had no idea that this would eventually happen.
Correct. I was telling somebody, life actually has like come a full circle.
Yeah.
Started at Harman. Now I'm trying to sell the great Harman Kardon sound, the legacy of that sound to millions of users. So I think life indeed has come a full circle.
Yeah, that's great to see. And actually, again, there also I see a similar synergy, right? You love audio products, but you also love smartphones. And I think we have had several conversations where you spoke about the past and how you got into this entire thing, how Android, you were so drawn to the entire smartphone game. But I think now years later, people especially recognize you because you're one of the first people who spoke out about MIUI, spoke about, say, Xiaomi smartphones in general, and like you have sort of become a face of Xiaomi smartphones in a sense, right? So how did that also start? While I know it, I also want the viewers to know because I find it very interesting and fascinating, right?
I think, okay, again, a very personal thing. My journey started the day I met Manu. And that day, I think it was a very honest, emotional conversation where we spoke about that how tech, which is what we understand, smartphones, how smartphones actually push the entire boundaries of innovation, the opportunities people get. A lot of people have gotten a lot of money using these smartphones to create content. So that journey started from there. Hence came in MIUI into the picture. I think MIUI still is not understood fully. I think there's a lot to be done. We are doing a lot of new things on MIUI. But again, that journey with MIUI, the localization, the customization, making a smartphone for the India market, I think that is where it started from. And all of this emerges from a very simple thought that tech has the power to change lives. So I think my journey started from there, and I want more and more people to be enabled with that technology. And this is my personal thought, that the more tech you have, the more benefits you can derive out of it.
Correct. I think that's a very valid proposition, tech being a massive enabler. I think earlier on, like, we were all so dependent on tools of the trade to sort of make a mark, or at least try to bring out the creativity within. But right now, every single person has a story to tell, and they have the tools that they need to tell the story within their smartphone itself.
Absolutely. And you know what? Sitting in Bangalore, like the two of us, we can now communicate. We can absolutely find new opportunities. We can talk actually sitting here right to the entire world as if we are doing right now, right? So I think multiple fold the economy growth, I think also has been enabled by tech. And I think Xiaomi has played a very crucial role in this entire thing.
Yes, 100%. I agree with you. I think so. That brings us to maybe the first product of today. I think another smartphone that is enabling a lot of people to do great stuff. Because until now, I think if you look at the journey of the Note series, and this is a Note series product, right from its inception until now, I think if you look at the value for money or like a ROI sort of perspective, there is no smartphone on the market. Even if you look at flagships, nothing else comes close to giving as much value for money as a Note series does, right? What is your opinion on that, on Note series overall?
I think Note series is a very personal thing to me. My first project in this company and the first campaign which I did was obviously the 5A series, right? But the second project which I got to work upon was the Note series, and it was the Redmi Note 5. I think we met also at that particular launch. And when we launched the Redmi Note 5 and how the market accepted it, right? That's why we call it the classic Note today, right? The product which is going on sale during Diwali, I think is made for those audiences who want an absolutely non-fuss experience from their smartphone, quite honestly, right? It is made for that person who loves watching content. Great screen, great AMOLED screen. You know that we have extended AMOLED displays, right? Which was not seen in this segment to all the Note devices, right? So great AMOLED screen, great battery life, right? And anybody who is looking for a daily driver, you look at these very, very specific things, right? You need a great battery, you need a great screen, right? And you need some great audio coming out of there, right? So I think in that particular thing, right? If you are somebody who is looking at an upgrade this Diwali, right? And you want absolutely a non-fuss experience, there's no device in the market like a Note which comes even close. So it has been a default recommendation for a lot of people, from a lot of people. I think it still stays the default recommendation this Diwali.
Yeah, I think that perfectly sums up, especially this smartphone, which is the Redmi Note 11. And like you said, I think being a default smartphone that you can always recommend, because people's needs vary so much that it often becomes difficult to make a smartphone for every single need or every single demand that people have. But somehow the Note series has always been able to cater to a very, very wide audience regardless of what they need. So I think on the Redmi Note 11, a 5000 mAh battery, 90 Hz AMOLED screen, like you rightly said, great performance, great battery life, every single thing that you want is there on this smartphone. So
I think that's why we call it the complete package. And that's why I think I like to refer it as the classic Note, right? The Note was always one full complete package, right? And see, the thing is, as marketeers, as people who work in tech, it's easier for us to understand that, okay, this is a flagship phone, this is a mid-ranger and everything, right? For a customer, right, the demand and the requirement is very simple. I want a phone which looks great. Okay, Redmi Note does that. Each and every device, right? I still remember the Redmi Note 5, right? That beautiful metal back finish which was there, right? With Redmi Note 7 and the 7 Pro, we brought in the glass design, right? So a device which looks great, right? Has great battery life, has a great display, right? And sounds good and does everything great, right? So that is the value for money package a lot of Indians are looking for, and hence, right, because it is such a complete package, it is a default recommendation.
Even another interesting thing, we were having a similar sort of conversation with Murli, and he was mentioning about the first, right, Redmi Note has been like, especially the Note 7, like you were saying, Note 7 Pro was the first 48 megapixel camera phone in India. Note 8 Pro was the first 64 megapixel camera phone in India. So now, most recently, we saw a flagship phone coming with a 48 megapixel sensor, while we did it years ago with a smartphone as easily accessible and affordable as the Note series.
Correct. That's why I keep saying to a lot of people, I think we do things much earlier in the day,
Yeah.
and the market keeps catching up.
Before it was cool, basically.
Before it was cool, yeah.
So this phone, basically, with all the Diwali with me offers, is available at a crazy price point. However, for our live viewers today, we are offering you an additional 1,000 rupees instant discount.
On that phone, you're offering
Yeah.
1,000
rupees more.
extra.
Yeah.
This is after the Diwali pricing.
After Diwali, not even before. Like before, fine, it was already considered to be the best. I think
Has Murli approved it?
he was also shocked. I don't know who has approved it, but he was also shocked when we were reviewing some
again,
offers.
at that price, I think I can tell everyone, then nothing comes close. Okay, I don't think Sandeep had told me about this flat 1,000 rupees off.
1,000 rupees.
Okay, then I don't think anything comes close. Then it is a default recommendation.
I agree. So, like Sumit said, default recommendation, amazing price. Stay tuned till the end of this live streaming session to get the exclusive coupon code to get that 1,000 rupees off. Crazy deal. Wait for it.
Can I apply for it?
No, sadly, it's not for employees. I think I tried, but no. And basically, it's first come, first serve basis. By the time we finish doing this live stream session, the coupon code's on screen. They would have been sold out.
I'm
already.
leaving right now.
Please don't. Talking more about smartphones, one similar series that I think has become very popular in recent times is our Prime series. Redmi 10 Prime is the next smartphone, and I think Redmi 10 Prime is also great because it takes some of the learnings or some of the good things that we have about Note series, but in fact optimizes it just a certain bit more to cater to a smaller sort of niche, but still a very wide niche, might I add, right? So for example, a 6000 mAh battery is what you get on this. And 6000 mAh coupled with the G88 chipset that it has is going to give you great battery life. At least that's what I feel.
Okay, I'll tell you something interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so number one, 6,000 mAh, but it is one of the lightest 6,000 mAh you will find on the market. Okay, the first problem which comes with such a large battery is the heft or the bulk. Right? How do you balance that? Right? Because nobody wants to carry a brick in their pocket. Let's be honest about it. Right? So below 200 grams, you will not find any phone which is like 6,000 mAh.
Correct.
This is below 200
I mean, it's
grams.
basic physics.
It's basic, right? But how can you optimize your internal design, battery design? How do you build that skeleton, right? That is something which we have cracked with the Prime series. Second thing, right? And this is where the fun begins, okay? 2 days of complete runtime. Okay, 2 days, right? Remember those days, right? That 1.5 day your phone, you don't have to charge, you don't have to go next to the wall. This can go even up to 2 days, 6,000 mAh. And the second thing, okay, is the octa-core processor. Okay, a lot of people don't realize is that the Prime is made to serve to the masses. Right now, again, they are wanting that great battery efficiency. Okay, you merge an octa-core, okay, with 2 cores which are actually clocked to derive and work on your power efficient task, right? But there are 6 cores which are actually the power efficiency cores. So you have a processor and you have a battery doing the same job to save you battery to keep you running, right? And that's why 2 days, right? I know a few people who have gotten like 8 hours of SOT, screen on time, on this device. So if you're looking for something which is a great daily driver, has a beautiful full HD 90 Hz screen, has great battery, nothing comes close in this particular price segment.
8 hours is, I think, enough for 2 Karan Johar movies. Yeah. So I think that's a great benchmark. 8 hours screen on time is pretty crazy, especially in this segment.
Correct.
And I think well noted. Maybe even I didn't think of it that far, saying that, with great battery capacity, there's often a trade-off that you're giving something that's very hefty.
Correct.
And it causes fatigue for the hand.
Yeah, you will not be able to use it.
Yeah.
See, a lot of our users love watching content.
Yeah.
Okay. It's honest, you know this as when you design the product. Okay. Now, if you design a very heavy product, the one-hand usage will get affected first. Okay. And then that heft will not make that entire experience beautiful, right? These are phones which are actually bought as their first phones, right? You don't want to be the first bad experience, right? And hence, smaller things are even important.
In fact, I think it's counterintuitive because you have, say, 8 hours, 10 hours screen on time, but if your phone is so heavy, you can't actually use it
You
for
can't
that
do
long.
that.
Yeah,
Correct.
so
Correct.
makes
So
sense,
everything matters. Even these smaller nuances will matter when it finally comes and lands onto the product.
Yeah, perfectly described, I think. So again, I think, you're in for a shock. 1,000 rupees off, instant discount.
Again, this one as
on
well.
this as well, because I don't know how this is happening. I think you're right. Maybe we'll have to check with Murli or Raghu or someone. But 1,000 rupees instant discount on this as well. At the end, all of you stay tuned.
I'm going to Murli right after this.
Wait till the end. And the next one, I don't know how to put this, right? You're an audiophile, okay? So I think before we go into the offer, let me sort of talk about the product more, right? So this product, I first fell in love with it because of the design. I think it's very aesthetic, very beautiful sort of product. The Redmi Buds 3 Lite is what I'm talking about. I love the functionality of it. USB Type-C, great battery life, IP54 rating, which I feel is a must, especially in a TWS, right? I think in this segment, IP54 is needed. Even if you look at the sound quality, we both sit around, discuss audio all day. You know, we are able to discern the minute differences, right, when it comes to earphones and how important tuning is to that. So I think this is a earphone that has been so well tuned that in this segment there's nothing that comes close.
Okay, I'll tell you the tuning part of it. Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of brands mostly. I'll not name brands right now, but what they do is they mostly find their vendor partner, the manufacturers, and they just bring it in India. And then they start selling it.
Right. You mean just slap on a label?
Just slap on a label and start selling it. Okay. Now the problem is, and this is something which I learned during JBL days as well, that India has a very specific sound stage, if I may say it.
That's true. That's true. Yes.
India has a very specific sound stage which it prefers.
Correct.
It is not bass heavy, but it is minutely going towards that. Okay. Now a lot of people, a lot of brands, what they do is then they just boost up the bass. Okay. Now you need to understand, and we have discussed a lot, right? I'll for this particular discussion, I will again capture it. Sound is made in 3 frequencies. Okay. If you enable one frequency more, it will overlap with the other frequencies. It's common. Okay. What the bass does, right? And a lot of headphones, a lot of speakers will do this. The bass will start cutting it into your mids. Your voices will start muffling. You will not get a right experience, right? But with this product, right, we increase the driver size. Okay, we wanted to give more richer bass. Richer bass is not overwhelming bass. Richer bass is nice, right? You feel it. It actually pumps your blood a little more. Okay, that's rich bass, right? It's not oversaturated that it will just like keep shattering, right? So enabled with a bigger driver, you get much more richer bass. Second thing, a lot of people don't look at this, right? Is the design itself. Okay, and nobody buys, quite honestly, a Redmi, a TWS, right? Just for the sound, right? It also has to feel right, because TWS or true wireless is something which is on you. For like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, right? Comfort is going to be key critical, right? Just great sound will not cut, right? So we redesigned the product again and got a pop and lock design, which means that the moment you plug it in, I'll tell you one more fun fact after this. The moment you plug it in, the moment you lock it, it just doesn't come out, right? For the product video, our team got some 6-7 dancers, plugged this into their ears and made them dance throughout the day, right? Because they were shooting a product video. Didn't fall off, right? So smaller nuances in design can help a better experience. Also, the lock-in gives you much more vacuum so that you get that great sound, right? So smaller things, again, we did on this product. One of the best sellers it became right after the launch itself. I don't know if you're giving it for free or anything, but but yeah, one more thing which I wanted to tell you is, do you know what's the weight of an A4 paper sheet?
5 grams, 6 grams, I think.
Okay, 5 grams. Okay, a single bud is actually lighter than the A4 sheet.
Wow.
That's the weight of it, right? And all of this, right? The weight, the dimension, how it locks in will play again a crucial role in how it actually sounds. Right. So that's the balance which we have done on the Buds 3 Lite. I don't know the offer which you are going to disclose. So I'm already scared, but
I'll come to that. But I think balance, the last thing that you mentioned, is the key word, right? Finding the right balance, be it in design, being it in the performance, or in terms of how it's tuned, right? I remember trying a earphone recently. Again, not going to name the brands, but that earphone basically felt like I had a subwoofer attached to my head. That's all. I could basically feel like, I was maybe in a CT scan or something. It was just duck, 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 duck. That's it. I can't hear any of the vocals.
It's absolutely a bad experience.
Correct,
right?
it's not.
We have tried a lot of brands, right? You know that we buy a lot of our competition devices just to evaluate and be better at what we do, right? Because unless you understand what's happening in the market and what are the consumers looking for, you can't tweak it, right? So in India, you have actually, I'm sure you know this, but for our consumers, we tune all our products in India, right? Now we have a sound lab where we can do all of this and tuning it, right? And doing A/B test. Right, how we do on our campaigns, we also do it on our products. So doing that test, remodifying your algorithms, your tuning will make it a better product, right? So I think important.
I think also before we reveal the offer, last thing, we always find it easier when there is a visual difference to understand. But when it comes to sound, it's that much more harder for people to understand what is good sound. I think visually we all have the markers of what is a better sort of photo or better sort of image. You'll be like, okay, better dynamic range, if it's sharper, or if the colors are a certain way, white balance is right. But in audio, I think we should have a similar podcast dedicated just to audio to help people understand what is good audio.
Absolutely.
And
I think
how we should be looking at these things, and that's how you judge audio instead of just looking for bass.
I 100% agree. I think the understanding of sound, I will not get into the good sound part of it. The understanding of sound is not there, right? And I think at Xiaomi, if you are working on that particular series, I would love to be a part of it, where we can discuss more on this one. But yeah, tell me the offer first.
That sounds awesome. So if you want a series like that, do leave a comment requesting Sumit to make some more time out of his busy schedule to be a part of maybe a special series dedicated to audio and what you should be looking for. Now the offer, not going to wait anymore. I think you sort of had an idea, or is it just because the offers were so crazy that you just put it out there that the craziest offer could be that you get it for free?
See, I haven't seen the final offers.
Yeah. So the final offer is that they're getting this for free.
Then you.
So the Redmi Buds 3 Lite at the end with the coupon is going absolutely free.
With
Nothing. They just go to me.com and order it for free.
What's the coupon?
I can't reveal it. I mean, it's for our viewers. I don't know. It'll come on screen, but for free.
Okay.
I think we'll have to pay
it's a
money
brilliant
for it.
product. If you are getting it for free, then happy Diwali already.
Exactly. Now, I think let's move a bit out of the serious bit. Let's go for a game, what we're calling as rapid fire.
Okay.
This is basically about reacting to a word that I say. The first reaction that you have, first thing that pops up in your mind when you hear these following words. So
Okay.
first word, Xiaomi.
#1 smartphone brand.
Okay, awesome. Sandeep.
Sarma.
Washing powder Nirma.
No.
Anyway, so the next one, audio.
TWS. Or the Buds 3 Lite because you are giving it for free.
Right. Diwali.
With me.
Nice. I was expecting you'd get that because I know you're normally quick on your feet. Gaming.
PUBG.
Okay. Note.
Redmi.
Great. Let me think. The last one, happiness.
Music.
Nice. So I think we analyzed you perfectly well. Audiophile for sure, someone who loves music. So that is the end of our rapid fire round. But since you mentioned music, you ended there. What are some of these genres that you like to listen to, or what music actually brings you happiness? Like you said?
I think when I was younger, obviously there was a lot of rock music, a lot of specific genres, right? As I grew older, I think the music choices also expanded. Now I look at almost the entire globe looking for new music.
Right.
Few months back, I also started a podcast because I feel that people need to hear good music. And remember when we were kids, there was one good friend who used to always share good music, right? In the age of streaming, we lost that friend, right? And I wanted to be that friend. So yeah, varied genres, expands from new age music to chill hop to almost everything which is there, right? But yeah.
I think I was going to touch upon the topic of podcast because I think you are someone who many people in the office look up to for recommendations, right? But I just wanted to know, do you judge people by their music taste? Or based on what songs or genre do they hear?
Sometimes. Anuj has been playing a very bad song for a few days now. I've just been judging Anuj.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think if it goes to that extent,
Yeah.
it's warranted for.
I don't even remember that track. It's quite weird.
Which is a good thing, hopefully. Like
Yeah.
if you don't remember it, then chances are you don't sing it, passively. Either way, that was fun. And I think now, before we head into the final offers, during this Diwali with me, Tech Shumbura, sort of season, any special advice or any words that you would like to speak to our Xiaomi fans and viewers out there?
Sure. I think for the longest time we said don't buy tech yet because we firmly believed that you should, as customers, as consumers, you should look at all the offers before making a decision, right? There's a lot of deceiving communication out there, quite honestly, right? You will see each brand talking about something or the other, right? We at Xiaomi, quite honestly, because we are the only company which is a fan-centric company, right? There is no other company which I know of, right, which is a fan-centric company, like fans in the center and the company around it, right? So all our offers are now live, right? And as consumers, I think Diwali is a big time, right? Take a look at all the offers and then make your purchase decision, right? That's my honest feedback. That's my honest recommendation to all of our users.
Perfect. I think I agree with that. And in fact, our teams have been working so hard around the clock to bring these wonderful offers to everyone out there. And in fact, now, because...
And I think some of the crazy deals, right? Like for example, when I saw the K50i pricing, which was what, at 19,999?
Yes.
Including all the bank offers, I was like...
blown away.
Hello, right? So yeah. Crazy offers, right? On brand new products, right? So again, look at everything and then take a call.
Yeah, I think just when you think it can't get crazier, we do something like this.
Even for example, the Xiaomi 12 Pro pricing, right? When I saw it for the first time, I thought you guys had like just put a template over there. But when I saw it going live, it was like bonkers.
Right. Anyway, but like you said, great offers. Now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for, right? 1,000 rupees off on the Redmi Note 11. Well, here's your coupon code on screen. Be sure to go directly to me.com, add this to a cart, apply the coupon to get 1,000 rupees instant discount. First come, first serve basis, so don't wait. Go ahead and do it right away. Similarly, Redmi 10 Prime, the coupon code is again on your screen for 1,000 rupees instant discount. I don't know how they're doing this, but amazing offers. Go ahead to me.com and get your Redmi 10 Prime as soon as possible. And now, for the most insane deal that I've ever heard, Redmi Buds 3 Lite, completely free. Again, the coupon code is on your screen, available only on me.com. So that was Xiaomi Live, and we are doing Redmi Rush Hour every day at 12 noon. I'm sure everyone would have gained something from this, especially the knowledge that you brought with respect to audio and how maybe that can be seen in a new light, or how they should be thinking about audio instead of how they're currently thinking.
Glad to have contributed and glad to be on this podcast. Yes. Feels quite nice, honestly.
Yeah. Thank you, Sumit. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandeep.
Thanks. Bye.